Fortescue is a very important player in our green hydrogen future, but not the only player. We have $225 billion pipeline for green hydrogen in Australia. That's across 100 projects. Now, not all of those projects are going to happen exactly as they were originally envisaged. Some will happen more slowly, some will happen more quickly.
Will the government still be able to hit its renewable energy targets for 2030?
Absolutely. And look, green hydrogen will play some role in our electricity system. We've never said it's going to play the major role, certainly not by 2030. Certainly not by 2030. You've got the South Australian government's green hydrogen plant, which is happening. You've got Kurri Kurri, which will eventually move to more green hydrogen as part of its energy mix, but it's not central to electricity generation. So absolutely our 82% target will be met. The role of green hydrogen will primarily be industrial, replacing natural gas in things like cement making and steel making and plastic making and fertiliser making, and be for export as well as Australian domestic manufacture.
The government has committed to 5 hydrogen hubs, including in the Pilbara, but Fortescue has withdrawn plans to establish its own green hydrogen and ammonia hub in Darwin. How concerned is the government that one of the country's biggest backers of green hydrogen is now backing away from previous commitments?
Well, again, let's be clear. Yes, we do have hydrogen hubs around the country, including here in Gladstone. Fortescue is playing in some of those hubs, but they are far from the only player in any of those hubs. Our South Australian hub will continue, even though the South Australian project by Fortescue has been decarbonised. It is not central to the South Australian hub working, nor is it central to the Pilbara hub working. We welcome Fortescue's investment, absolutely, like here where I am in Gladstone today, which is important. But the idea that somehow because Fortescue has deprioritised 2 projects in Australia, that somehow all the hydrogen hubs won't happen is, frankly, with respect, a complete fallacy and furphy.
Andrew Forrest says the cost of electricity is simply too high to produce renewable hydrogen. Have expectations raced ahead of reality?
No, again, I think that, of course, when you've got a major industry under development, there are going to be things that happen more slowly than was originally envisaged. I don't think that's particularly surprising. Of course, the price of energy is the key input to green hydrogen. Andrew has made that clear, that he's doubling down on his investment to create cheaper energy, which, by the way, is renewable energy. The cheapest form of energy that's ever been available to humankind is renewable energy today. And I welcome the fact that Fortescue is investing more in the generation of renewable energy.
Some in the sector say, given the high input costs, the government should be considering other support instead of production tax credits to get the sector moving faster. Is that under consideration?
No, and look, inevitably in a sector like this, you're going to have a range of... Well, if I could just finish my answer. It is not under consideration. We've announced a very significant investment in green hydrogen in the budget just a couple of months ago, with another round of hydrogen head start and then production tax credits. That is our policy. That's the policy we're implementing. I understand other people might like other support, but that's very, very substantial investment in green hydrogen, and we are going to deliver that, and we are not deviated from those plans.
Chris Bowen, thank you.
Great pleasure, Kirsten. Nice to chat.